No, I mean, I might eventually do it just to get rid of the old rusty crap. Once I learn how to do this one,
right,
then I'll know how to do that one. I'm just learning. I never did this before. I'm learning how to do it.
You've never done this before?
I've never took a wind wing out of a Freightliner and put a glass in before.
Oh, wow, Stephen, that's pretty amazing. I thought you had done something like this before.
I've never even owned a Freightliner. What makes you think that I've done it before?
Well, I don't know, because I don't.
In the black one, and I didn't take the wind wing.
Right, I mean, that's
the
right.
The black one, I was able to move the mirror.
Well, isn't that something, you all? He's doing something. He's confident enough in his skills and his abilities that he's doing something that he's never done before. Now, that's being brave.
That's being a baby.
Well, it is being brave.
Baby.
He's doing it with such confidence that I just assumed this is something that he had done before. I'm highly impressed and motivated by Stephen's can-do attitude. I have to admit, that's a personal struggle for me, having a can-do attitude about doing stuff. So you think you're going to have to take the whole door off?
Yeah, I'm going to take the door off.
Okay, so Stephen has decided that his best option is to actually take the door off. At first, you didn't think you were going to have to do that.
Well, I wasn't even thinking about doing it. Wasn't even an option. But because they put that... I don't know what it is. Instead of putting a nut on the bolt, they put something round on there where you can't grab a hold of it. So, suck my toe all the way to Mexico. Where all that grease comes from. Ow! The heck was that? Alrighty. So I can't get a grinder in there and grind that off, or I would. It's ready to come out. Just got that one last bolt holding it.
Hello, everybody. Look at that. Is that not beautiful or what? 60 degrees on Friday, January the 9th, 2026. Well, hey, everybody. On this beautiful day, Stephen is working on the window He is working on the wind wing delete, as he told you that he would be. And I've been inside writing out checks and paying bills and going down to the post office. So I've missed quite a bit of what's going on. But you got to get your checks in the mail. As they say, the check is in the mail. So that's what I've been working on this morning. Getting our finances in order. You want to bring me up to speed? I'm glad you had this beautiful day, Stephen. It's gorgeous. So you want to bring us up to speed on what's happening?
So if you see that panel over there, that big wide panel.
Yep, looking at it.
Okay, well that white panel holds everything in the door. So when you take that panel off, all the electric motor, the glass and everything has nothing, which is retarded. So when you go to work on your glass, you don't know what's going on because you got to put the panel back on, and when you put the panel on, you can't see what's going on. I thought it was just the dumbest thing. So first thing I'm going to do is eliminate that. So that's what this is. I am going to do the panel's job. By putting this on here, I won't have the panel on here, so that I can actually see what I'm doing inside this door. So the bad thing is I've drilled 50 times already and I can't seem to get these holes around that.
So that's just a bad design then, correct? It just was just a really bad design.
Yeah, that's the name of the game with them Freightliner boys. Bad design. Their doors are worse doors. Of course, I haven't driven a Mormon. They might be worse, but the sad thing is, these doors ain't any different than a Peterbilt door. That's where that glass came from. A Peterbilt is going to go in here. So if they weren't the same, then how would that work? So anyway, I could have used a piece that was a little bit longer, but yeah, I gotta have a little bit of a battle.
Well, of course, you always got to fight something. Speaking of which, did you figure out the Jake brake thing?
There was nothing wrong with it.
There was not.
No. Just making sure there was nothing wrong with it.
So are you satisfied with the way the truck is driving now?
So in case you didn't hear me before, the motor ran perfectly fine. The only time that it had problems is when it was pulling a mountain under a load at 13.25 RPMs. Other than that, it didn't have problems. So, that being said, unless I have a load and a mountain to go on, I won't know.
Be like the little engine that could. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can.
So, now, what I'm going to have to do is make me an L bracket. So as of right now, I'm really working with way more than I had been working with before. But I still want to put a bracket, an L bracket, and put some rivets, one down there, and then rivet this to it that way. But I can do everything I need to do with this. I can see what's happening right now. So this channel right here, okay, ladies and gentlemen, so this is the plate that I was talking about putting in here to replace the panel. So now at this point, I can work with the door and without having to put the panel on every time to make sure everything's where it's supposed to be. Now I do need to make an L bracket from here to there and rivet it in, but I don't have to do that right now. As long as I have, because the motor's where it's supposed to be, that means the glass is where it's supposed to be. So that tells me, as long as I use this, this tells me where everything needs to be. Right now what I got to do is take this off, and this right here is part of the wind wing, but I'm going to use that part of the wind wing, and I'm going to move it over here to become the channel. So when the glass comes down, it's going to come down this channel over here. And it will actually, you'll see it in this glass. It's going to run right there in the glass. This channel will. I'm going to use this channel for the new glass. So at this point, now that I have this, I can go ahead and dismantle the door and take that glass and that wind wing out. That's what I'm going to do now. Okay. Y'all catch that? So, in case y'all don't know, this electric motor has like a little corkscrew, and it runs down inside this channel. That's what this is. So as the window comes down, this little corkscrew runs down through this channel. And so it could get, it has to be free and it can't be kinked up. So, in fact, every once in a while I need to put oil in it. So, the way they built things on these trucks was rinky dinky, but I guess, you know, a guy could go get electric motors and just do away with it. But the problem is this door is really narrow. So if I was to put like a regular electric window motor in there, I would have to make the door wider, which I don't have a problem with that, because that's what I'm fixing to do. I'm going to go away with that, because I absolutely don't like it. And I'm going to tell you why. Because if you see all these broken bolts, it's because they put these bolts in there and then electrolysis happened, because you have metal bolts and aluminum door, and you got to add a little bit of salt, and then them screws won't come out. And whoever came along said, "Ooh, I better get them screws out," and they broke every single one of them. So when they were done, they didn't have nothing to put in the door. So the panel's just sitting there, bing, 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 rattling all the time, letting the air in and everything else. So I'm going to build this, and I'm going to build an L bracket. And then I want to put an L bracket here, an L bracket here. And that way I can put a panel on here, and it doesn't have to depend on the door to mount it on. And that way I can put any panel I want. It doesn't have to be that metal panel. The difference, that panel though, if you look at it, has a bow in the top of it, and that's this part right here. So that bow is for this part where the window comes down. It has to have that bow in it. So anyway, so I guess now it's time to take the door apart and get that glass out. Take out this wind wing and move this over and put my new $143 Peterbilt glass in. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm fixing to do. Or if I should leave that in there, yeah, I'll take it out. Great. It's one thing when it drops and then it bounces off the tip of your shoe and ends off in Alaska somewhere. You'll never see it again.
Plus, it's easy to lose something in the midst of all this gravel, too.
This gravel is pretty tight. It's not like that big gravel. That big gravel, you'll lose something. You drop something down there, you'll never see it again. This little gravel is pretty tight, though. I'll take this right here and make my L bracket. So I'll make an L bracket here, and one down here. And that way I could still use that panel, but I will mount to those L brackets instead of mounting to the door. That way I don't ever have to use the door ever again to mount the panel. Take these off without breaking. Ask me how I know. I've been locked in the truck because of these things breaking.
That's right, you have been locked in the truck. In Hialeah, Florida. On a hot day. In a black truck.
That's disconnected. Now I gotta disconnect.
So this
Do I need that one disconnected? No, but I do need this one disconnected.
So this is the lock.
All right.
That's the locking unit.
I don't want to forget that spring. Lose that spring, that'll make your life miserable. All right. Let's see. That's gonna want to come down, so we'll see if I can get that. There we go. Spring up there. All right, so that will come down when I take the panel off.
What are you going to do with this other glass right here? What are you going to do with that?
Sell it to a whole bit.
Does it have any type of marketplace value? Could you sell it on Facebook Marketplace?
I'll have to figure out something different here, because those bolts are coming from outside, and those bolts will not go in there once I put that new glass in there. So I have to figure out a different way to mount this. I'll probably have to build a bracket to go across to mount this on, which I got plenty of aluminum. It's because these bolts go all the way through the door. They go outside. So that being said, there's going to be glass there, and there's no way those bolts are going to be able to work anymore. Know what I'm saying? So these bolts are going to get deleted. I would like to just build all this new. I won't do it right now. But down the road, I would like to get rid of this crap altogether. Alright.
Well, that means you'd have to redo it all over again, right?
Do what all over again?
If you don't do it now while you're doing the others, does that mean that if later when you decided to...
A little at a time.
No, but what I'm asking is, would you have to take the window out and do it all over again?
No, I won't have to take the window out. Once I get the window in here, there's no reason to take it out again. But I don't like this. It's really...
So they make replacement things for that then?
Yeah, they're on eBay for $50.
Oh, wow. Oh, sorry, you're still sick.
What is holding this? Imagine those two bolts there must be it. Three bolts. Maybe more.
So you can go ahead and get a window in and then take that whole piece off and just replace the piece then?
Yeah, later on I can build my own. I would prefer to build my own door panel anyway, instead of those Mickey Mouse ones they put on there. Freightliner put on there.
Well, I am disappointed in myself that I didn't get out here early enough to see the new wiring harness. I didn't know that it was an enclosed unit and that you were going to close it up. Do you think it will last you?
Right side. Where's the split? Right there. Alrighty, let's get this off. Get out of there.
No, that's a weather strip. You're going to put that back on, right?
Yeah, but it's in my way right now.
But you don't have to buy a new one of that, right?
I probably should.
Oh, well, yeah. Is that something you have to order, or can you go down to the buy right and get it?
I would get it for buy right. Pay 10 times more.
So that would be, is there any other place in town to get weather stripping? But you're saying this would be the ideal time to replace it doing this job.
I didn't say that right now is the ideal time.
Well, you said
get replaced anytime.
Oh, well, okay.
You saw what it takes to get it off there. I just open the door and replace it anytime. I got old ones in there that I did on the black one.
Oh, well, okay. I didn't know how major that was.
It's about like changing your socks.
Oh, is that right?
Yep. But they've gotten really expensive, I know that.
Spam call. Steven gets so many junk calls every day. And they start early.
This is spinning on the inside.
How many junk calls do you think you get a day? 30, 40?
So let me go look at the one I got in the garage and see how many bolts it takes to get it out. They didn't do a very good job in moving it.
Oh, that's one of those things that you were just talking to me about. One of those old ones.
So it has 1, 2, 3. Those one's 3 that I took out. There's a fourth one. What's that fourth bolt up there? That's all the way in the corner. Well. And then here, these 2 bolts here have to come out. So if those 2 bolts have to come out, that means where they snapped it off, there must have been 2 bolts here. Maybe 3, because they snapped it off there too. And then it should come out. But the problem is, wonder if I can get those out. Or if I'll have to drill them out. When they're after something, they don't care what they tear up, as long as they get what they're after. I don't know what they were after. Maybe the glass. They tore that freaking thing all to pieces. Okay. All right. Oops. That might be fun putting back together.
What is that?
It's the lock.
Oh.
See how that slides up and down?
Oh, no. Oh, yeah.
It's alright, I had to get out of my way. Just don't want to break it.
Oh, y'all, look. There's Steven's coffee. There's his 8 o'clock coffee in his mason jar. Somebody on the live last night asked why he drank it out of a glass jar. Steven loves to drink coffee out of a glass mason jar. Not a ceramic or an insulated coffee cup. He loves the glass coffee jar, drinking jar. Mason drinking jar. Drinking jar. You like the glass drinking jars for his coffee.
It's because I don't like plastic.
Well, a ceramic mug is not plastic. Most people drink their coffee out of ceramic mugs. So there's our plug for 8 o'clock coffee. Gotta get that 8 o'clock coffee in. Maybe one day they'll sponsor our channel. You know, it's really incredible that you know how to do all this. You know, not your average person or your average driver knows how to do all this stuff, Stephen. Some people just get in the truck and just drive.
That's why they call them drivers. I don't know if I can get over this. First, I'll take that off.
Yeah, there's a difference between being just a driver and an owner-operator. Uh-oh, that's going to be a problem.
So I'll take to get that out there. I was hoping I'd get enough clearance to get it out, but I don't. I need to get access to those 2 bolts right there. See, maybe I got enough room to get them from the top now. I see them. Doesn't mean I can get them. Gonna touch them. All right, let's see what size that is and get a wrench on it. Maybe we can salvage this job after all. Okay. Take that one off, but figure out how I can get a wrench in there. No. Huh. It don't even look like a... Looks more like a... what you call it? One of those hug rivets. Hook rivets. No. It's spinning. Huh. Well, yeah, it goes on there. It doesn't go on that one though. Okay. Why isn't it going on this one? There we go. Probably been easier to take the door off. That nut right there. Straight down. It's one. 9 trillion more to go. This would have been a good time to put new latches in.
What do you mean by that?
These right here.
Oh. I guess you don't have any of those laying around, do you?
No, I don't have any laying around.
Well, you've often said that when you get in and do one job, it's better to do several things all at once so that you don't have to...
The thing is, I'm learning about this door. This door here hardly ever gets used. So this door is in good shape. That door over there is the one that's abused. So really everything over here is in real good shape.
Well, you just said you could have replaced the latch.
Yeah, you could have. This had been a perfect time to replace that latch while I have the door apart.
Right.
But I'm sure that latch isn't wore out, not being a passenger door. How many passengers do I have?
Right. So then, at some point, you'll obviously do the driver's side.
Yeah, but first I'm going to learn how to do the passenger side.
Right.
Because this is the one that bothers me. This freaking wind wing is right in the way.
So it bothers you more on the passenger side than it does the driver's side?
Yeah, because the wind wing don't bother me over there. I don't look through the wind wing to see the mirror over there.
Oh. Oh, okay. So you're not in a hurry to do that side then?
Well, that thing's moving and don't look like a nut. The heck is that? Well, I don't know what the heck that is. I wonder if my glasses are out here. I don't know what kind of freaking nut it is. Let me see. Maybe I can get a socket on it.
What do you mean by pinning it?
Putting something in there to keep it from turning. Oh, that looks like, let's see. Huh. The heck is that freaking thing? It's a rivet, but it's spinning. What the? Wow, this is going to be fun. Let's see, how would I get a hold of that? Interesting.
So I don't understand what you're talking about.
Instead of putting a nut, they put a round, like a rivet around there, which is going to make life difficult. Somebody would break it, because that's not even a repairable an item. I don't know why they would build something like that. At least they put it down here where I can get to it, sort of. because it's round, it just slips off. Get that pin out of there. It's a Torx head. Got a Torx and a, what is that? 10 maybe.
So that one bolt's making you to have to take the door off.
Yeah, it looks like I'm going to take the door off because I can't get the door any wider than that because of the mirror and the breather. And get a blanket. All right. Trade places with this thing here.
Is that a welder's blanket?
What?
Is that what they call a welder's blanket?
No, it's a moving blanket.
Oh.
So I need to get up here.
You need me?
Yep.
Oh. Okay.
Well, I'm gonna have to cut that. Definitely don't want to do that. It looks like I'm gonna have to.
What wire is that?
Goes to the window.
So now you have to replace the wires.
I'll have to fix it. Yes. All right. Get an update here.
Well, let's listen to Stephen's update as he makes his own video.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so I ended up with an issue. There's 3 bolts here, and on this bottom bolt, some jerky water decided that he was going to use a round, like a huck bolt, huck zert on the end of the bolt, so there's no way to get a wrench on it. So I was able to get all of them off because they use nuts on all the others. See, like over there? But this one here, somebody decided to be a wise guy. And for no reason at all, put that round dude in there. I know y'all can't see it. But so because of that, now the doors, now I'm a doorman. So anyway, so I'm gonna work on the door out here. Hope it don't rain. Now what I can do is get the grinder and grind that off instead of playing with it.
Grind what off? What do you have to grind off?
A nut.
Oh, yeah.
So I'd have to take the door off.
Well, right, right.
Yeah. Let's get rid of that nut. Rid of that bolt. Need to have my gloves for my gloves.